The news is brought to you by the National Bank of the Virgin Islands, Cyril B. Romney Turtola Pier Park, NV Salon, Nail Spa and Barbershop, Tisley Cross Deliciously Smooth Cider, and Digicel, simply more speed, reliability and entertainment. Is the National Unity Government gearing up to plug more finances into sports? Shortly after the motorcade and the ceremony held yesterday, May 19, 2022, in honor of Virgin Islands athletes who participated in the 2022 edition of CARIFTA Games and North American, Central American, and Caribbean Athletics, NACAC, reporters had a brief interview with Premier and Minister of Finance, Dr. the Honorable Natalio D. Wheatley.
Honorable Minister, your thoughts on the ceremony?
Oh, it was excellent. I was glad to see such a tremendous showing. You know, we had the dancers out here, we had different organizations out there celebrating. You know, we had the marching band, and I think the athletes truly deserve, everything that they received today and even more, because they truly made us, proud with their performance at not just CARIFTA Games but NACAC as well.
You are going through reform in the government. Sports need reform. I'd ask the ex-premier, you are in the chair now, getting sport as a line item in the national budget.
Yeah, I think.
What are we going to do with that?
Yeah, I think now is a great time for that, because of course when we pass the Sports Council, the idea is now to feed grants through the Sports Council. And so we could perhaps give the Sports Council a lump sum of money. And of course, we have the money that we put into Recreation Trust and Youth Affairs and Sports. But that lump sum that we're going to put into the Sports Council, I believe will go a long way. And of course, as you've been advocating for many years, we now have a sports calendar. So we'll have a sports calendar, and we have that lump sum that we'll be able to have a proper budget for sports year round.
So you're saying that we will eventually see sports as a line item in the national budget?
Most likely it will be seen in the budget as a grant to the Sports Council.
So that is how it will be represented?
Yes.
We're hearing a lot of calls for a representative for sports in itself, if not a minister, a junior minister for sports in itself. What would you say to that?
Well, right now the junior ministers are tied to the Premier's office for economic activity. Of course, that was an amendment made in the UK Parliament, and something like that will only be able to be changed through amendment to the Constitution. The Constitution was amended to allow those ministers to support the Premier. If we want to increase the number of ministers, you'll have to increase the persons in the House of Assembly. If you want another minister, you'll need at least another 2 backbenchers. So I'm not sure if there's the appetite for persons to increase the number of people in the House of Assembly, but that's a conversation we have with the people of Virgin Islands. But of course, I have a lot of confidence in Honorable Shari De Castro, new Minister for Sport, and I'm going to support her with my fullest, and we can develop sport until we decide whether we want to add more members to the House of Assembly or not.
What about expanding the scope of junior ministers, as is they are not members of cabinet? What are the provisions there that could allow them to be in more decision-making seats?
Well, I just think it has to do with the minister empowering them, and that's what I've started to do since taking the seat. I've defined their roles and their responsibilities, and I'm not a micromanager, so once I give them duties, of course I'll help them and assist them and support them, but I expect them to go and execute their duties. And any other changes will have to be changes made through our Constitution. But of course, too many members cannot sit in cabinet, because there must be a ratio of backbenchers and opposition members to cabinet members in the House of Assembly at all times.
Premier Wheatley promised more details in the near future. With this JTV News Update, Kathy Richards.
We know that where you choose to bank matters, and it is your vote on what your funds do in strengthening our community. As your official Bank of Paradise, we invest and support the lifeblood of our economy by helping in the realization of personal goals for homeownership, education, and entrepreneurial visions, which support small businesses. We make it our place to connect with persons and worthy causes, and we have been doing so for more than 30 years. Where your money goes and what your dollars empower are your choice. And we thank you for choosing us, a bank that gives where it matters the most, for you, for our community, and a happier tomorrow. The National Bank of the Virgin Islands.
Wheatley Cross cider. Wheatley Cross cider. Deliciously smooth.
Hey, you. Put on some muscle?
I did?
No.
Rapid growth and reliance on digital systems has opened new vulnerabilities, and additional layers of cybersecurity are required to combat sophisticated cyber attacks. Simply Secure's security management solution helps overcome these challenges. Our service includes 24/7 protection for network devices, computers and servers with automatic restoration, security audits, and penetration testing. Don't wait for disaster to strike. Contact us today.